Visits from politicians during an election year do have a price tag, not just for the campaigns, but also the cities they visit. The manpower for security to keep these people safe requires long hours from La-Crosse law enforcement.
News 8 Now found some bills dating back to 2016 are still unpaid.
News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstead found out La-Crosse taxpayers are footing the bill when campaigns fail to pay what they owe.
A president, vice president, or presidential candidate visit requires a lot of planning and strategy.
We're getting like 3, 4, 5-day lead time.
These visits are announced last minute more often than not. That puts La-Crosse law enforcement in a position to staff the events for security.
We usually don't know exactly how much manpower we're going to have allocated to the particular visit until a day or two ahead of time.
This requires overtime and money that campaigns have to pay back. Last November, News 8 Now found more than $10,000 in unpaid campaign bills. Here we are nearly a year later. Same story, higher total. City of La-Crosse invoices show amounts for $3,500 for Donald Trump's UWL visit, $6,300 for a Trump campaign visit to town, both from 4 years ago. A $5,500 charge for Pence's visit to Dairyland Power in September, and a $225 bill for a Speaker Paul Ryan bus tour in 2017. All still unpaid.
Those invoices are really pocket change for these campaigns that bring in millions of dollars in donations. But that money adds up for the city of La-Crosse.
And we didn't think it was unreasonable to expect to have these campaigns pay for the overtime costs associated with their visit.
Captain Jason Melby says the city tried to use pre-invoice billing to get these campaigns to pay before they came to La-Crosse.
And attempt to pre-invoice prior to the visit for approximately 50% of the estimated cost.
La-Crosse police found this process difficult and unrealistic. La-Crosse is one of several Wisconsin communities in the same bind. An email in January from Wisconsin Senator Jeff Smith shows Eau Claire was owed $47,000 for Trump presidential campaign visits from 2016.
It's not like the La-Crosse Police Department said, we need an extra $20,000 in our budget to plan for campaign visits.
In terms of a solution, Melby says their hands are tied.
And we would invoice and invoice and then invoice.
The pandemic has prevented more visits, including one from Trump a couple weeks ago. Melby says it's been a blessing in disguise because it's one less bill left unpaid.
We're, rather fortunate from that aspect.
He says it's still great to see these candidates choose La-Crosse as their focus.
To have our voices heard and to have the privilege of having these people vying for the highest office in our country.
However, the money left unpaid becomes the La-Crosse taxpayers' problem.
You just hope that the campaigns understand the importance of what this money means to the communities, especially in times of an economic downturn.
Every little extra money helps, and every little portion lost hurts right now.
I don't know what else we could do at this point.
In La-Crosse for News 8 Now Investigates, I'm Jordan Fremstead.
We did ask the police department if the city would bring this issue to court, but he says that it is not something they have considered at this point. Since News 8 Now first started asking questions in November of last year, one campaign did pay their bill.
The Hillary Clinton for President event had a $3,600 charge, but records show that was paid. And we did attempt to contact the Trump campaign, but so far we have not heard back.